Apologies, because it's literally like 2 a.m. and I'm supposed to be asleep and all this stuff. But the thing is, I'm gonna be doing this because I have proof that the server that you are in are not amazing people. Specifically, one moderator, and I think that they need to do something about this. And I'm gonna get on as many accounts as possible until they do something about it. So I did take screenshots. Everything was going on. I'm gonna have to give context for this. So what you're seeing on the screen right now is the entire thing. It should literally be going down. The entire thing should be speed up to about the time that I stop saying the sentence. And that is the entire conversation. Pause to read if you want. And basically what happened was I was talking about a football player who got basically like critically injured, and this happened, the time that I did this happened to happen at the same time that two other people were speaking. Last thing that this person said was, of course, would you like to be the maid of honor? And then I come in and I say, guys, apparently some guy from Bills is in critical condition right now. So we come in at the same time. It's both at 1:29 a.m. Okay. So, moderators coming in, they're like, okay, so, I'm so sorry for him, but like, why bring it up here? It's a bit sudden, don't you think? I'm like, this is literally general. Why not? I assume people here enjoy sports and would like an update. Nothing wrong with that. All this is really fine. And then someone says some but not all, and I said, so we need the same interests for me to bring up something, which is literally true. It's general. We'll see their definition of general soon. It's less about football and more about what happened, to be fair. Blah, 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 blah. People saying they don't care, blah, blah. We're talking about sports for a little while. And, so, alright, so Pumpkin said, alright, please come down. It wasn't my intention, to be rude, but you did crash an ongoing conversation. Then I said more than one conversation can exist at a time. Nobody was forced to reply. And, so then someone else asked a question, blah, blah, blah. And then someone else came in. This is not the same moderator. This is Pan. They said, hi there, without toe tags, this reads is rather rude to me, which is not okay. The server has more than 1,000 members, and that's why we need multiple generals, so multiple conversations could take place without people talking over each other. And then I told them, please take a look at the message right above you, and here's what the message right above you says. So, why does that not count as discovering how mine did? Basically, what happened was, one of the people in the conversation went straight to talking about space when there was another conversation going on literally right above mine. Well, literally right after they reprimanded me, and they literally said nothing. And at this point, Hurricane comes in, and this is the issue. They are the issue. And none of that was an issue. None of that at all. Hurricane comes in, and they're like, well, that still doesn't mean you can crash an ongoing combo. And you know what? I was like, you know what? I don't want to waste people's time or make this a big thing in general. So I was like, I'm going to take this to a ticket. Okay. So I take it to a ticket, and that's the entirety of that conversation. Okay. Not much happened in this part besides this. And I need you guys to listen to what Hurricane says here. Hurricane. If you've read the server description and name, you'll notice that this server is for fanfics. So basically what I told them before is basically that general is for general. So that's why I came in with that information. And this is what they're saying. So they're saying if you read the server description and name, you'll notice that this server is for fanfics. So it is our main focus is on fanfics. And even with general channels, fanfics is a thing that connects people here. While I'm very sorry to hear your sports idol, which I never said, they literally looked at the chat. They would notice I said some guy. I didn't even say his name. Like, how is that my sports idol? Anyways, seems to have fallen ill. That's not what happened. He got injured. Okay. So we're already off to a horrible start. He have rudely crashed a combo. Fair. I did do that. That is very fair. With a completely off topic. That's fair. That is part of their rules. I will give them that. In the belief, but here's where they messed up. Not even talking about the fact that they were like so rude to the sports idol, but to the quote unquote sports idol. But they also say here, in the belief that it will concern everyone as much as it does you, but the error in your thinking. Not everyone here is into sports. First of all, there's a lot wrong with this, but I'm going to read this thing. So then I said, this is my sports idol, actually. He's a safety from the Bills. I actually didn't even know his name until I took a look, and I put the /lighthearted tone tag, and I said, and while sure, not everyone is into sports, the general chat is specifically about anything that doesn't have a specific channel, and I didn't get the rest. Basically, it was just reiterating what I just said there. I only have 2 screenshots from this because I knew with the way this person was talking that I might leave. So I needed like some sort of evidence that these people were being bad, but it didn't come across to me to find the whole thing. And it was in a ticket, so there was no way for me to like go back like I did with the other ones on a separate account. So then Hurricane says, sports aren't, oh yeah, I did say something about like, well, people were talking about space in classes before and after me, right before and right after me. So I was like, people were talking about space in classes. So obviously it's not limited to just fan fictions, and people are allowed to talk about different stuff there. Then Hurricane says, sports are not a forbidden topic. Go ahead and screenshot the description, general 2 and 3 for yourself, please. Basically being rude to me. I'd like to note that, you know what, I'm going to check their thing right now. Hurricane is, they're capable of going to NSFW channels. So, she is at least 18 plus. She is at least 18 plus. I did check her pronouns. She's at least 18 plus. So she's at least 18. And like, she has the sass. And as I'm reading this does say that she was sick, exhausted, and stressed about uni. But that's really not an excuse for the way that she acted here. So she was like, go ahead and read the screenshot of the description of general 2 and 3 for yourself, please. And I said, I know it says the exact same thing. I already apologized for that. My main concern now is that meaning what she said in the second paragraph, which I say. This second paragraph, specifically the believe it will concern everyone as much as it does you. And then I said, it's just a terrible assumption of my character. I never said that it would be concerned for everyone as much as it does me. But considering that, hey, a lot of people do like sports, maybe someone would like to know. I never assumed this was a sports server or everyone would care about that for the information. And I already showed you guys exactly why this is stupid. And why her assumption of me saying these things out of, oh, well, my quote-unquote sports idol that's quote-unquote fallen ill, no, he was a guy. I didn't even know his name. I think it was Hamil or something like that. I didn't even know his name. God bless his soul, but like, I didn't even know his name until I saw this. And I spoke in a means of trying to spread awareness, because I do know, guess what? Nearly half of the world enjoys sports, and football is not just an American thing. There are other people. Oh yeah, speaking of, they did say something about this is an international server. Pretty sure they already closed the ticket because I left already. But they were like, oh, this is an international server, and not everyone enjoys football. When football is literally being internationalized right now. They literally just played in Britain like a month ago, in Germany like a month ago, like as if there aren't British and like European fans, like, okay, but that's really not the point. The point is, number one, how literally insensitive they were, how clearly they weren't reading the chat. Number two, how defensive they were, and number three, how they basically just like decided to be a jerk, honestly. Because there's no reason why a moderator should be saying something like, well, I'm very sorry to hear that your sports idol seems to have fallen ill. You have rudely crushed a combo of a completely off topic and belief that it would concern everyone as much as it does you. There's an error you're thinking, not everyone's into sports. That is literally not what I said. They're painting me as a bad guy, and I can tell that they're stressed. Like, I can tell that they're stressed, because she's clearly stressed, because there's no way that anyone with the same mind would ever, with the same state of mind, would ever say this. Like, it's just rude. Like, I was in the server for a day. I had no track record of doing anything. I was literally in the server for less than a day. And this is how she wants to speak to me. And hopefully, if you paid attention this long, I do have the scans and stuff in the bottom, and this is just them. I have had no problems with anyone else, but it was enough to scare me off. And, but at the same time, I feel like the moderation team should understand that that is unacceptable behavior. It should not be allowed, is what I'm saying. I'm gonna have to change my profile picture now, or else, like, don't know my alt account. But other than that, that's it. And, I made sure to get rid of the people's names. The only person I'm not getting the name off of is Hurricane, because, like, they're the issue. No one else was an issue. Everyone else was completely fine. I understood. And I have a problem with them being rude to me and clearly not taking accountability for themselves. If anyone looks at that ticket, they will clearly see that Hurricane is in the wrong. And I really wish that I knew whether or not those tickets could come back, because I'm hoping that once people listen to this, they will understand the issues with the way that Hurricane has treated me. Number one, they're a grown woman. I'm literally 16 years old, and I put that into the thing. So they're a grown woman trying to paint me as, like, the bad guy for, number one, coming in and having the same conversation at the same time. Admittedly, it was in their rules. However, the way that they went about it by trying to make it sound like that I think that I'm the prince of fashion is just wrong, and it's just rude. And that's all. Hopefully you guys take this not to heart, but take it in consideration, because this should not be the model of a server, let alone a server owner. Like, it's just wrong. You should not be doing that. And that's all. Bye.